You know what I always say, when you're dating, you gotta sift through a lot of shit to find a diamond.
So I'm definitely not romanticizing relationships whatsoever.
Societies need to blame the women for male behavior.
There's no land for the weak, man. Girls are picking who they want to pick, and they're gonna step over.
What happens when a growing number of men stop making dating, hookups, and female attention their top priority? Why are more men in 2026 choosing peace, purpose, and personal growth over constantly chasing validation? And why does this shift seem to be catching so many people by surprise? Stay with us until the end of this video, because this trend may be changing the entire dating landscape right before our eyes.
You know what I always say, when you're dating, you gotta sift through a lot of shit to find a diamond. And ladies, that's why you wanna date as many men as possible. Date them for their money, date them for their looks, date them for what they're gonna do for you, date them for their body, date them, date them, date them, date them, date them, date them all, and only give your heart to the one who deserves you. My name is Kara King. I'm the author of The Power of the... And if you like this topic, drop me a follow, because over here I talk all about this and many other things. The link to the book is right there in that orange cart, and usually a flash sale going on. So click the orange cart and see if there's a sale going on right now.
For decades, society assumed men would always be motivated by romance, attraction, and the pursuit of women. It was treated as a constant force that would never change.
So I'm definitely not romanticizing relationships whatsoever. And it's just so frustrating because I get so many comments like this on my videos when all I am asking for and talking about is wanting a healthy relationship. And so that is not me romanticizing relationships whatsoever. And I totally believe that, yes, partnered people can still feel lonely. They can still feel isolated 100%. But I just think it's sad how people say that I'm romanticizing relationships when I'm not. I'm simply just asking for a healthy relationship. And so also, it's like, if you are dating someone who makes you feel extremely lonely and isolated, like, I beg you, like, maybe think, like, why are you with them then? I don't know, but I've just got to say, like, I'm not romanticizing relationships. I'm simply asking for a healthy relationship.
But in 2026, many men seem to be moving differently. Instead of spending all their energy chasing attention, they're investing that time into fitness, business, finances, and personal goals.
Men used to go to war, build castle for their women, write love letters, take it to the post office, ship it, wait for the response, literally fight with the whole world so that he can have her. But men nowadays, they want attention. They won't even message you first. They want you to buy them flowers. They want you to give them attention. They want you to send good morning messages, good night messages. They need more attention than a 3-year-old girl. Bro, this is crazy.
What makes this trend unusual is that many of these men don't appear frustrated. They look focused. They are building routines, improving themselves, and creating lives they genuinely enjoy.
A lot of women these days are just getting free food. I've seen situations like that where I actually feel bad. Like the guy, he takes this girl out, trying to conversate, doing the man things to do, cleans himself up nice, probably thinking about her the whole day, you feel me? The girl probably chatting on the phone like, yeah, girl, I'm about to go out eat with this nigga, like, just give me some free food, probably go to her man.
The reason you can't be going around talking about my man would never is because a man will indeed show you that he is from Neverland. Keep your eyes open.
A lot of men have realized that constantly seeking validation can become exhausting. The endless cycle of impressing, pursuing, and competing no longer feels rewarding to everyone.
Men don't marry for love. Most men don't know what love is. Emotion is not part of most men. Men don't marry for love. Wake up from your sleep, madam. Ooh, wake up. This is 2026. Men marry for convenience. Cooking, sex, bearing children, and the rest. For those that don't want to marry children, there's something you must be bringing. If it's an older man, he's marrying you for your youth because you are very young. Many men don't know what love is. It is you that you are delusional. That is why you think that he loves you. He married you because you are the person that fits. Do you know how many people that he have dated and left them? Do you know why he picked you? You know you went to see, you are saying, hey, he loved me. No, you are the one that suits his life goal. You are the one that can function under him. It's few men that know what is called partnership. It's few men that know what is called a woman is an equal to them. Very few. The 0.001% of them. But you see the 99.999% of them, they marry somebody that they can suppress, subdue, that can boost their ego, that is an OES member. That is why they left that. They will leave the girl in America to go and marry you from Sokoto. Yes, because it is you that can make them feel like a man. It is you that can stay under them, say yes. They will not marry. Love.
As a result, many are becoming comfortable with being alone. What used to feel like loneliness now feels like freedom, flexibility, and peace of mind.
Hey, you used to go to the club and pad that goddamn number out like your strip club. That. Shit, you go to the club now, you leaving whatever number you wrote there. Ain't nobody ask you for your number, ain't nobody ask you for your Instagram, ain't nobody ask you for nothing. It ain't nothing but a bunch of women. It ain't nothing. It's a vibe. I vibe with men. I don't vibe with women. Shit, this ain't my type of party. You should have told me this and put this shit on the flyer and said women only, and I would have went to another party. You know what I'm saying? I want some co-ed shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no women's only party. Hey fellas, where you?
Social media has accelerated this shift. Men see countless examples of successful bachelors, entrepreneurs, travelers, and creators living fulfilling lives without making relationships their main focus.
There's no land for the weak, man. Girls are picking who they want to pick, and they're going to step over anybody they want to, and guys don't want to understand that. So the thing is, women don't care about the struggle. They don't care about the fact that 60% of men aren't getting laid. They're going to, I always make this analogy. If there was 10 high-value men, women would share those 10 guys. Mm-hmm. They don't care about the 90% who are not doing well. So guys got to understand this. Either you make it, either you improve yourself, either you become one of those guys, or they're just going to overlook you. They don't even consider regular guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So being average, not being in good shape, not dressing well, you don't even have a shot.
What surprises many observers is that these men aren't withdrawing from life. They're becoming more engaged in everything except the dating game.
A list of things I would break up with my man for, if I had a man. Number one red flag is if he's not a problem solver. Men are inherently problem solvers and leaders. So you're telling me you can't solve or help me with my problems? You just don't like me then. Number two, this might be a little hot take-ish, but a man that can't go like one day without seeing his friends. I don't know what it is with men that need to see and talk to and FaceTime their friends 24/7 every day. Like, are you in love with them? Next one is if you're not punctual and just inconsiderate because of it. Literally someone that's not considerate of your time and your schedule and only runs off of theirs. Because that will build up, that will build resentment, and it's going to make you explode one day, so cut it out. Quick mention, if you're also skeptical of things your man might be doing that you don't like, get the app Astra. It will analyze the behavior, it will tell you what he's doing and why and how to fix it and give you advice on it. For example, I just asked it this question and it gives you follow-up questions to help you navigate the issue. It's based off your own birth chart, so it's safe to say it's always on point. The next one kind of connects if he's not reliable. A man that's not reliable will not help you in life. Do not date a man that doesn't add value to your own life. If he just makes it harder, why are you with him? Next one is girl best friend. I don't believe in that bullshit. Your dad doesn't have a girl best friend and your mom doesn't have a boy best friend. Some exceptions, but like genuinely a girl best friend, who do you think you are? Anyway, that's my part one. If you download Astra, comment down below.
Many bachelors now spend their weekends pursuing hobbies, growing businesses, traveling, learning skills, or simply enjoying a stress-free lifestyle.
Is anybody else feeling so frustrated with the fact that they're single? Like, I understand that it's God's timing, and when I tell you I trust in that man with my whole life, I mean it. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm still frustrated about it. And that's okay because I'm being raw with my feelings. God wants us to bring our feelings to him and be vulnerable with them. And if I'm being vulnerable, I'm so frustrated. And I know I can't be the only one. So if you're feeling the same way, let's talk about it. What are you struggling with? Because I know I can't be the only one that's feeling this way. And it's so frustrating when people tell you it'll happen when you least expect it. or are your standards too high, or like all the other things that people tell you. Because I have faith in people. I know that there's wonderful people out there. I'm not saying that the dating scene is trash or anything, because I know that there's wonderful people. I think social media has clouded a lot of things and made it more difficult for people to find authentic relationships, but I think that there's wonderful, wonderful people out there. I'm just saying that I know I can't be the only one that's feeling so frustrated in this season of my life. And I know that God will provide, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm so frustrated. So if you're feeling this, or if you resonate with this, let's all talk about it, because I don't think it's talked about enough.
The biggest change may be psychological. Once a man realizes he can be happy without constant approval from others, his priorities begin to shift dramatically.
Society's need to blame the women for male behavior truly needs to be studied, because I've been posting these lists on here and on Instagram of X amount of things that I love about being single and living alone. And across those two platforms, they have gotten over 15 million views, which, what does that mean? It means that it actually is that common of an experience to be that level of frustrated when living with a man. That's fundamentally what views mean, okay? And the amount of comments that I get from men and women that are like, you sure know how to pick them, or wow, who are you dating? Or like some level of judgment on me, rather than hearing those male behaviors and being like, that's crazy that he did those things. Like the gut reaction is literally like, Shannon, why would you pick him? Hey, I'm actually single, which means I'm no longer in those relationships. That's why I love being single and living alone, because I didn't want to deal with that bullshit. But it's so interesting to me to watch the comments come in that blame me. I'm like, what could I possibly do here? Like, I have already done technically everything I'm supposed to do. I left. Like, the relationships are over, and it's still my bad. And then I get a ton of comments like, oh my God, you're so mean. Let me stop you right there. I am an Irish Italian Aries from Boston, Massachusetts. Me being mean is an entire other caliber of mean. I've also read enough psychology books to know to get you where it hurts, okay? If I wanted to be mean, trust me when I tell you, I'll be mean. It takes everything in my soul and my bones to keep that dog in me, because I have my dad's temper, okay? And it literally is a day-to-day battle to keep it contained, which is why I have to work out so much. But that's besides the point. It's so interesting how I get blamed for the men's behavior. All I'm doing in these videos is simply bluntly stating an observation of how they behave. And it's my fault and I'm mean. If I wanted to be mean to the men, trust me, I wouldn't be just talking about their behavior.
This isn't a protest or a movement. Most men aren't announcing it. They are simply choosing to spend their energy differently than previous generations did.
I gave up all dating apps and gave myself 90 days to get laid. That is exactly what I told myself when I first started this kind of dating self-development journey. I'm a very data-driven guy, if you haven't noticed. So I had to ask myself, what is the thing that I needed so I can continue this journey? Because it's going to be agonizing pain, there's going to be a lot of setbacks. And then I figured out, okay, I just want to get laid. Forget a girlfriend. Let me just go to step one. Great. Had that data point, had that end goal. I had to give myself a timeline because I don't want to do this forever. I don't know how long this would take. I'm not the best looking guy in the world. I'm not just, girls aren't walking up to me. So I gave myself 90 days. Listen, I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm not Chris Hemsworth. I know what dating apps are made for. If you're a traditionally very good looking person, it'll work. For me, it was not the case. So I wanted to spend that time doing something that would actually give me more leverage in dating. So that was going out in real life, going to bars, talking to girls in public. After lots of trials and tribulations, I realized that walking up to a bunch of girls, hundreds of girls, is great for confidence, but the results are, the juice is not worth the squeeze because of the amount of effort I had to put in to get one or two results. Then I decided to look at guys that I deemed successful in dating, right? Those were guys that were consistently around women, consistently dated attractive girls. What were they doing, right? What did they do outside of just being good looking that got them results? They were just so comfortable around women. They didn't see them any differently than their boys. They just had a lot of female friends and they just end up dating friends of friends or a girl that they like because women trusted them. So that's what I did. I made female friends, and what I learned is I became so much more comfortable around girls that my true nature came out, my true sense of humor. I connected with people that had commonalities with the same sense of humor, crude, dark, kind of fucked up humor. And what that did is when I saw another cute girl or met someone through a friend, I was able to be myself without trying to hide and impress this person. Because I didn't need to. I had validation from my other female friends, and people will usually see you with other people, and they're like, hey, women trust this guy, therefore I should not feel unsafe, and I would be happy to talk to this guy. And honestly, if you look at bars, when you go out, most people are with groups. So really think about the psychology there, right? It's a herd mentality. People are there with their friends. When you're approaching a group by yourself, you have to do more work than if you came in with a group and your group went to that other group. It's easier to mingle because there's safety in numbers. It's just a very meta way of thinking. It's not the most effective way. I say it's a favorite way for me because it's very easy and easy to replicate for a newbie or someone who just doesn't have that confidence, but has a lot of really cool friends.
Whether people agree with it or not, one thing is becoming clear. The less dependent men become on validation, the more selective and independent they appear.
This comment is worth talking about for a couple of different reasons. For context, I was talking about the show Off Campus and how so many women are obsessed with it because it portrays the men that they wish they had in their life, right? Men who are emotionally intelligent, men who support them, men who care about them, men who build trust, and men who ask for consent, like all these things, right? And this person said, women are frustrated because they want men who don't exist yet, while men are frustrated because they want women who don't exist anymore. So what I have to assume that Robert here is implying is that men who are emotionally intelligent, who care about the women in their lives, who care about consent and trust, who value their partnership, who want to prop up their partners, not pull them down, that doesn't exist yet, right? Men are not emotionally intelligent. Men don't have community. Men don't have deep friendships. Men don't know how to show up in relationships in this way, is what Robert here is saying. And then he is saying men are frustrated because the women they want don't exist anymore, essentially alluding to the fact that women used to have a different role in society. They were there to prop up their husbands, cook for him, clean for him, do his laundry, cater to him, make sure his career was the top priority, right? They were expected to be the perfect little housewife to take care of their partner. But what Robert forgets, right, is that those women don't exist anymore because those women now have choices. They have choices and they have the autonomy to make their own money, have their own careers. And so, yeah, they don't exist anymore, and nor will they ever exist because women didn't like that situation. Women never wanted to be in that situation. And he's essentially insinuating that men won't adapt to the times. They don't want to become emotionally intelligent. They don't want to prop their partners up. They want to be propped up. The problem is that's not happening, right? And yet women are not complaining about the loneliness epidemic, right? You don't hear women talking about the women's loneliness epidemic and how they're all so sad and how they wish that the men would date them. No, you hear about how men are really, really sad that women are not dating them. And the reason they're not dating them is because they won't evolve. They won't adapt. They won't change. They won't become emotionally intelligent because they have this mindset that they are frustrated that women won't just stay in their position, stay in the traditional role, support them, their career, their life, do their laundry, fold their clothes, cook them dinner every single night, have their children, and never complain about it. They're frustrated women don't do that anymore. And instead, women want men who are emotionally intelligent and kind and caring and trustworthy. And apparently that's just too much to ask for.
So here's the real question. Are men losing interest in the chase because they've given up on dating? Or because they've discovered that purpose, freedom, and self-respect can be more rewarding than constant pursuit?
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.